I had a conversation once with Alan Bean, who was one of the first Apollo astronauts who went on the moon. And I said to him, what's it like to go to the moon? And he said, well, he's from Texas, and he goes, well, Stephen, I wish I could tell you. I don't know what it's like to go to the moon. I said, what do you mean? You walked on the moon. You were a Mercury astronaut and an Apollo astronaut. And he goes, well, here's the thing. They didn't want us to know what it's like to go to the moon. They wanted to keep us calm, and they would cut up the missions into little bitty bites so we wouldn't choke on them. So emotionally, he goes, so every 15 minutes I had a new job to do. And then I would do that job, and then I would flush all the feelings about having gotten that job done, and then I would do the next job. And I went to the moon 15 minutes at a time for 3 days. And then I walked on the moon 15 minutes at a time. And then I went home 15 minutes at a time, and had all those emotional experiences I flushed them, and I did the next one. So I wish I could tell you what it was like to go to the moon. And he goes, looks pretty fun. And so, now here I'm going to compare myself to an astronaut. There's so much work to do here. This is such a crazy flaming toboggan ride on a daily basis that you just hope you're not going to hit one of the trees as you go down the hill. That I do it, I love it, but it's very hard for me to tell you what the jokes were last night.
Yeah.
So what my favorite things were this year? Arm wrestling with Josh Brolin. Doing the Colbert Questionnaire, interviewing John Baptiste for the Colbert Questionnaire was enormous fun for me. Anytime where the show surprises me when I don't know what's going to happen is my favorite thing in the year. And I say coming back the first night, a year ago last night, and introducing the audience to Evie that night, who I was so grateful to have been my only audience for 15 months, was one of my happiest. The first night of the season was maybe my happiest, proudest to share the stage with her, I think, given everything she had done for me for the past 15 months, which people won't ever know, but her patience and her fortitude and her generosity. Like, she would be out there, literally the only person across from me in the room, in her little red chair across from me in that tiny storage room up there. She'd be going, as she said, like a parent seeing their kindergarten in the Christmas play going, you're doing great.